over the course of probably a couple months, I am going to be reading some summer themed books. I did some research for this video because I wanted to see what other books people would recommend that are like summery themed, summertime. So I have 4 main books on the list right now. I do have some more. I have more than 4 books, but I wanted to make sure that I wasn't too overwhelmed. So I think I'm just gonna build the list as I finish more and more books. And I feel like I am gonna read more than 4 books this summer, but we're gonna start off small. So the first book I have is The Summer of Broken Rules. I've seen mixed reviews about this book, but I saw that it deals with grief, and I am currently dealing with grief, so I thought this would be a fun one to read, especially since they said it deals with like heavy topics like that, but it's still lighthearted and fun. So we're gonna start with this guy. I'm leaving for the cottage in a couple hours, so I think this will be a fun one to read like on the drive up and when we're there. So yes, this is the first guy on the list. Let's see if I like it or not. That's because I just got back from the cottage and I finished this book in 2 days and a bit, which is actually insane to me because I haven't done that since my second year of university, which was like the fall of the COVID year, and I was stuck in my house and I went through like multiple books in a week. I haven't read this fast in so long, but I'm so happy I did. I really did like this book. I bought it because they did say that it was about grief, but it was like a happy, upbeat book. Like grief wasn't like the main topic. And I'm glad I did because I really resonated with a lot of what was in here. Like to the grief part where like little things would trigger, like it's gonna be hard because little things are gonna trigger you. What else? Meredith I like how she had good memories at, or like in the island with like her sister and stuff, and then going back was gonna make her sad, but then she slowly started doing things with wit that she did with her sister, not necessarily replacing the memories that she had with her sister, but making new good memories, which I don't know, I love that so much. The way that it just like translated. There is one quote in particular that I loved. I have it on my phone. The way that it's described: slowly finding happiness after grief, slowly figuring out that there is happiness again, just in a different kind of way, but something close to the old times, just in a different way. I don't know, I really like that. I really love the concept of this book. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 just because the whole premise of the book is that someone in Meredith's family is getting married, and the whole family is playing a game. Like it's basically like a big water gun fight, but you only have one target, and then once you get your target, they give you their target's name, called Assassin. And every description I read, it was like, oh, the family's playing Assassin, da da da. I knew that was a big premise of the book, but that's basically the whole premise. Like, assassin starts, or she gets to the island, assassin starts winning, sort of thing. So that was like, it was okay. I was expecting it, but I just wasn't expecting it to be such a big part of the book. But that's like my only thing that like I was like, oh, okay. 4 out of 5 stars, really good. Let's get into the next book, which I think is gonna be The 7-Year Slip. I'm like a quarter of the way through The 7-Year Slip. It's taken me a little bit longer to get into. I don't know why, but that's okay because I want to finish this book this week. It is Wednesday. I want to finish it by Sunday. So let's see if I can do that. I think I can. I honestly think I can. I think because it's so short, that's what's tripping me up because I'm like, I have so much time. So far it's really good. Lots of quotes, which I love. The whole concept is just really fun. Like, I love stories
I love stories that story. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. But I think it's just so fun, like the whole concept. I like creative concepts, if that makes sense. Okay, so like the Starless Sea, the Midnight Library, Dragon Fruit. What else is like up there for me? House in the Cerulean Sea. Like all of those are just like stories that story. And I can't describe it any other way than that. Like stories that just story. Like they have such unique plot lines that, I don't know, and like different, like completely different worlds. Like it's just so good. But yes, this is a good plot. Moral of the story, this is a good plot. I just need to get into it. I felt when Clementine walked into that meeting and he was just sitting there and he's like, I'm James. And she's like, does he remember me? Does he not remember me? And he does remember her. I'm so giddy. But I don't know what's gonna happen. But I didn't see the plot twist coming. I kind of called it, but I didn't really, because I did forget about the chef in the beginning. But then when it was like all came together and she's like, oh, I have a meeting with the chef, da 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 da, I'm like, oh, could he be the one from the beginning that she like ran into? But I'm like, no, it won't connect. But it connected. She connected. So I'm like, okay. I'm getting invested. I think now we're halfway through. Now we are at the halfway mark, and it's getting really good. So far. I like how she makes outside, like mainstream media references. I know she made a couple in the beginning, but the one I remember from before is most recently, she made a reference to salt, acid, fat, and something. It's a cookbook. My boyfriend's reading that book, coincidentally. And I'm like, there's no way she makes a reference to the book that you're reading in my book. Like, what the heck? And he's not a big reader, so I thought that was like a very big coincidence. I like how she sprinkles in like little Easter eggs in the beginning of the story. So like how James was the chef that Clementine ran into, or how James mentioned like, oh, he made her fajitas, and then later on in the book he's like, oh, this is my friend's fajita food truck that he actually opened because I told him to open it, and like he's super successful and stuff, which is really fun. So I like the little like plot points in the beginning. I think she does that really well. So I finished the 7-Year Slip. I finished it about 4 days ago, so that kind of tells you how much it's like resonated with me, and I've had to like take a minute to breathe. 5 out of 5 stars. I've been lucking out with my 5-star books lately. I've had a lot in the past month. I don't think I've had a book under 4 stars since before June, which is kind of crazy. But this is so good. I loved it. A lot of my summer books have been dealing with grief, which I wasn't expecting. This is the second book, and I've read 2 books for the summer, which is kind of funny. But unintentionally, I got the first book because I knew it dealt with grief. This one, I didn't know. So I was like, oh, wow, what a coincidence. But my favorite quote in here is from the epilogue, and let me find it. It says, because the things that mattered most in life never really left. The love stays, the love always stays, and so do we. And I was like, that's very sweet. So yeah, 5 stars, so good, loved it, one of my new favorite books. And now we're switching over to Beach Read. I'm really excited for this because I've heard a lot of good things about this. Another Emily Henry, which I'm really excited for, my second Emily Henry. I just love the cover. I love all of her covers. But yeah, okay, let's get started. In a matter of literal seconds, are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, sorry Patch, look at, oh, sorry. Oh my gosh, okay, let's go inside. Now that I'm safely inside, I'm on chapter 7. I want to see, I'm like in a reading mood, so I want to see how much I can get through tonight. So far, I love their banter. The thing I realized with Emily Henry, but this is only my second one, but I'm like, her names make me laugh. But January and Gus, I was like, those are kind of fun. I love their banter so far. I'm not even far in. I'm on like chapter 7, and they just have great like banter, back and forth banter. And I think it's really fun. And I think some other people have said that they really like the way that Emily writes banter. And I was like, I get it. I see it, because it's really fun and like quirky, and
It's just funny to read, honestly. I just got to page 49. I think this is chapter 10. They're writing back and forth like the You Belong With Me music video. Does she like Taylor Swift or something? Because I read this and I'm like, oh my gosh, wait. They're writing on like a notebook, like marker in a notebook, and they're like showing it, like communicating that way back and forth. Like she's in her kitchen and he's in his. We all love Taylor Swift here, because I do. I'm literally so close to being done. Like this part I'm finishing. The letters that her dad wrote her almost made me cry. I don't know if I'm vibing with this book as much as I thought I would. I thought this would be another 5-star. I don't know if it's gonna be a 5-star. You just finished. Oh my gosh. I have a lot of thoughts. Can we first acknowledge how my tabs matched the front cover? Like they're yellow and the rounded corners. It just makes me happy. But I think I need to marinate a little bit. I need to let this like soak in. I love the Taylor Swift like You Belong With Me reference, and how like it just kept circling back, and how like in the ending with these little I think it's like, I think I need to let it marinate. So I will come back to you guys in the morning when I've had time to like sleep on it. I don't think this was like a 5-star read for me, which is kind of crazy because I thought it would be. I think it was very overhyped for what I thought it would be. And I thought it would be more beachy. Like they're in a cute little beach town. I think the cult thing really threw me off. It was still good, but I think I would rate it a 3.5, maybe. Oh my gosh. I think that's the lowest rating I've had in like the past month and a bit. I really like this and I would recommend it, but I think it was very overhyped, and I went into it not knowing anything, and I thought it was gonna be like a beachy, like they'd be on the beach and they would be swimming and they would like, there wasn't a lot of like beachy things, except for the fact that they were in a beachy town and they lived on the beach, so I don't know, I'm gonna let it marinate more. So here are the 3 books. In order of what I liked most, I would say it was A 7-Year Slip, then The Summer of Broken Rules, then Beach Read, which kind of surprises me because I thought I was gonna like Beach Read the most. That's why I kind of left it till the end. I didn't tab The Summer of Broken Rules because I read it at the cottage, so I still have to do that. But I did really like this book. It was really good. I think I would rate it a 3.5. Maybe 4, but probably 3.5, just because I think it was a little too overhyped for me, and I was expecting like beach. I was expecting beach all the time. Like it just wasn't giving me beachy vibes, and like I said in my last clip, I think the cult just really threw me off. But other than that, it was really good. Like I loved all of the Taylor Swift references because that was really fun. Just like, okay, at the end when he proposed too, and he took the paper out of his pocket, and it was like, that was so cute, okay? But like, I think it was just a little too overhyped for me, which is okay. I know that some other people's favorite reads aren't gonna be my favorite reads, but I'm very surprised with this. I think overall though, they were all really good. I really did not realize that my camera just stopped recording. So when I was editing this, I was watching my outro and I was like, half of it is cut off, which is really upsetting, but it's okay because basically all I was saying is that in order of my favorite books, it was The 7-Year Slip, which was my favorite, Summer of Broken Rules. That one was just so cute, and I think because I read it at the cottage, it just gave me like really summery vibes. Like I was in the summer mood when I was reading that book. And then Beach Read would be my 3rd favorite out of the 3 that I read. But this was really fun. I really enjoyed doing this because it kind of just like set the mood, like set the vibe for summer, So I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Thank you for spending a bit of your time with me today, and I will see you in the next video, which I don't know what that's gonna be, but there's gonna be a part 2 to this because I do have more summery
books that I got recommended off of like TikTok and booktube, so I'm really excited for that. But I will see you guys in the next video, whenever that may be, and hopefully my outro for that one won't be cut off. So fingers crossed. Bye guys.